Christmas gifts to family up north today, and that he's not worried about the possible backup this holiday season.
Say possibly if they're out of work and it gets backed up, that's a huge possibility, but also you could just send it earlier, you can make some adjustments, and it should be okay.
The United States Post Office says customers should use free priority mail flat rate boxes, make it easy with click and ship, schedule a free package pickup when the carrier delivers your mail, and mail and packages that weigh more than 10 ounces or are more than ½ inch thick, take them to a local post office. And if you don't have much time on your hands, FedEx and UPS are asking customers to go on their website to look for a drop-off location near you, saving you time from going to a branch. In Cape Coral, Leslie Delaspore, Fox 4 News.
Leslie, thanks for those tips. And of course, Cyber Monday is tomorrow, with some sales even beginning today. So the Better Business Bureau is issuing some reminders as you snag those online deals. They say keep an eye out for misleading advertisements and those phony websites. If the price seems to be too good to be true, watch out. They also say shop with trustworthy sellers on a secure site. So if you're not sure about the company, look up their business profile on bbb.org. They also recommend keeping your antivirus software up to date. Now, for more information, visit bbb.org. And it looks like there's an extra member of the family making it onto many holiday shopping lists this year. A new poll says half of Americans plan to buy for their pets this year. That survey says we'll spend an average of $137 on our furry friends who are part of the family. And we know many of you love cats, but it's the dogs that are expected to fetch more gifts this year. And what about the children? Well, there are some educational and budget-friendly toys to keep an eye out for this year. This is one of them. The Circuit Explorer set from Educational Insights could be an option for you. It teaches kids all about circuitry without using a screen. Then there's Incoherent Family Edition card game that could bring some family fun to ya. And the classic toy, this guy, Mr. Potato Head, is still around Southwest Florida, and he's getting a lot of credit for encouraging kids to go green and protect paradise. Well, President-elect Joe Biden ending the weekend with hairline fractures in his foot. The former vice president reportedly twisting his ankle while playing with his dog. He was examined today by a doctor out of a, quote, abundance of caution. His team says Biden was seen walking with a slight limp out of the doctor's office, as you see there. His doctor said in a statement that Biden will likely need a walking boot for the next several weeks. And the president-elect announcing his communications team on Twitter today. It's an all-female senior White House communications team that you're seeing right here. Now, Biden's office named Jen Psaki as press secretary, Kate Bedingfield as White House Communications Director, and Pili Tobar as Deputy Communications Director. Simone Sanders will serve as the chief spokesperson for Vice President-elect Harris, and White House veteran Elizabeth Alexander will run communications for the First Lady. And the recount is over in Wisconsin, and President-elect Joe Biden remains the winner of that state. Biden picked up 132 votes in Milwaukee County. The only other county in the recount was Dane County. There, Biden and President Trump each lost a few dozen votes, mainly due to missing signatures. That narrowed the president-elect's lead by 45 votes.
What this recount showed was that there was absolutely no evidence of voter fraud in this election, even after looking at over 300,000 ballots, over 254,000 envelopes. Really, this incredible level of transparency should provide reassurance to the public that the election was run properly and accurately, and there was no fraud.
Now, the Wisconsin Elections Commission is set to certify the vote on Tuesday. In total, Biden is winner of the county by more than 180,000 votes. The Trump campaign says it will challenge the recount results in court, which is exactly what the president stuck to in his first interview since Election Day. The president calling out the Justice Department today. He said, quote, has not seen anything from the Department of Justice or the FBI on investigating the 2020 election. President Trump is yet to concede the election. Stormy weather brewing in the Gulf, threatening to unleash snow and heavy rain as millions of Americans get ready to hit the road after a weekend of Thanksgiving celebrations. Fox News correspondent Alex Hogan has more from New York.
Holiday travelers setting a pandemic-era record despite calls to stay home. The number of passengers passing through airports this weekend reaching the highest level since mid-March. And as travelers head home from their busy Thanksgiving trips, it's expected to be a busy day around the country. This past week marks the busiest travel weekend since the pandemic started. The TSA screening more than 1 million travelers before the holiday. Still, it's far fewer than years past.
Normally, as we gear up for Thanksgiving, we're talking about how are we going to handle all the extra activity. This year, our main message is follow those health orders.
AAA predicted 95% of travelers, 47 million people, would drive this year, despite the CDC asking Americans to stay home. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy says the fight is far from over when it comes to COVID.
The great news is there's light at the end of the tunnel, vaccines in particular. But for the next 2 or 3 months, we're in the fight of our lives.
The number of hospitalizations increasing at the end of this holiday weekend. On Saturday, New Hampshire, Oregon, Idaho, Oklahoma, and Minnesota broke their own state single-day records for new COVID-19 case numbers. Medical experts say it is almost certain that there will be an uptick after this holiday travel, and travelers will need to abide by state testing and quarantine guidelines. In New York, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
Alex, thank you. Well, while burying her son following a shooting, one mother shot at his funeral service. We have the latest development on that investigation. And a major announcement out of New York today, impacting its school system in the last month of the year. The major change coming up. Stone.
One last great beach day. There it is, Rubenstein Law, Skycam from Pink Shell at Fort Myers Beach. The time lapse of today. Wow, a lot of boaters and beachgoers. Strong cold fronts on the way. Details coming up.
Days. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio announcing that the city's public schools will be reopening. The mayor says schools will once again welcome students on December 7th. The city closed public school buildings on November 19th, a week and a half ago. That was after the city's 7-day average reached a 3% positive testing rate in coronavirus cases. The mayor says mandatory consent forms will be required as students will randomly test for coronavirus every week. His announcement comes as health officials warn the virus will become much worse in the coming weeks. And Dr. Anthony Fauci warning that the U.S. may see a surge upon surge of COVID-19 cases in coming weeks. The nation's top infectious disease expert added today that it's not too late to stop the spread of the virus. He says people should continue to wear masks, stay distant from others, and avoid large groups. And the United Kingdom now securing 2 million more doses of a COVID-19 vaccine from Moderna. The country says it plans to start an inoculation program within days. Now, Moderna is one of 7 producers the government is buying vaccines from. The government agreed to buy a total of 350 million doses of that vaccine from all 7. And Hong Kong is reporting 115 new coronavirus infections over the past 24 hours. Now, that is the highest single-day case increase since August 2nd. According to the city's health officials, only 6 of those cases were imported from overseas. So in response, the government announced the suspension of in-person school classes starting on Wednesday. Well, taking a look at the week ahead tonight, if you need financial assistance and you live in Lee County, you can apply for round 3 of the Lee Cares program. Here's the details. The program will pay up to $3,000 for your water or electric bill. Round 3 starts tomorrow and it will end on December 11th. So to apply, just head to leeflcares.com. And heads up for tennis players in Collier County. The courts at Vineyards Community Park will be closed starting tomorrow. This as crews resurface that area. Now, you can visit Veterans Community Park on Veterans Park Drive until that work is done. The tennis courts are expected to reopen in February. And a heads up for your commute tomorrow if you live in Charlotte County. The northbound lane on State Road 776 from Kerrigan Circle to Wood Duck Road will be closed from 9 in the morning till about 4 p.m. So if you're in that area, you should expect slow traffic during that closure. The road is expected to reopen on January 11th. Tracking crime tonight, 3 armed robbery suspects are in jail following a police chase. Now, police in Pinellas County say the suspects followed a woman home from her workplace. The victim told police she was approached by one of the suspects when she got home. Police say the suspect pointed a gun at her and took her belongings, while another person stole items from her front seat. The suspects led police on a chase after leaving that scene prior to their arrest. Well, a Florida mother tragically shot while burying her son. Officials say a gunman fired into a crowd at the burial service of a teen who was shot by a deputy earlier this month when the teens didn't pull over. That happened in Brevard County. The service was held for 18-year-old Sincere Pierce. Pierce's mother was taken to the hospital. Her condition is unknown at this time. Now, a warning that this video is disturbing to watch for some viewers. Pierce and Angelo Crooms were shot earlier this month by a Brevard County Sheriff's deputy. This is footage of that shooting that killed both teens from that original incident. Well, Southwest Florida students jumping into action to help kids in our community. A group of Florida Gulf Coast University students planned various events to support Bayshore Elementary School in North Fort Myers. Now, they plan to host a virtual walkathon, yoga classes, and a live streaming event. Won't be surprised if Patrick Nolan shows up for that. Now, this is scheduled for December 1st at 6 p.m. Donations will go towards the school's after-school tutoring program. Stone.
Oh, this could be the last day in the 80s for some of us for a while. In fact, everyone between 81 and 84 degrees on Sunday. Beautiful day. A little humid, especially for the end of November. Everyone in the 70s besides the choppy and Everglades City at 69. Temperature's not going to drop all that much more by tomorrow morning. Storm Shield Doppler radar looking really good. High and dry. The cold front still in the panhandle, and you can see some of that rain moving along the I-10 corridor toward Tallahassee. But we're not going to see any of that rain until about mid-morning on Monday. You can see the cloud cover associated with that front, still a couple hundred miles to the west of Southwest Florida. Severe weather risk is marginal for parts of Charlotte, DeSoto, and even coastal Lee County. The chance of a severe thunderstorm is very low, but if one does occur, of course, lightning, but the biggest threat would be damaging winds upwards of 50 to 55 miles per hour. Again, we'll be here tomorrow to monitor the situation. Now, the cold front will be moving through mid to late morning in Charlotte County. You can see about 9 o'clock. It's still to the north of Southwest Florida. By 11 to even noontime, pretty close to Charlotte or even Lee County, and then in Collier County early to mid-afternoon before that front moves to the south. The afternoon commute Monday should be pretty good. And then Tuesday, look at that. Plenty of sunshine. In fact, Tuesday into Wednesday looking really good. How much rain? Well, looking at about 1/3 of an inch to maybe 2/3 of an inch here and there, Southwest Florida, so nothing we can't handle in the rain gauges. Wind speed right now about 5 miles per hour out of the south. It will become a little gusty Monday afternoon, starting out of the southwest. Once that front comes through, wind shifts to the northwest around 10 to 20, and then subsides a bit in the evening between 10 and 15 miles per hour. So keep that in mind. Not a good day, boaters. Small craft advisory in effect. That southwest wind shifting to the northwest, 15 to 20, 3 to 5 feet in the Gulf, and a choppy inland waterway. Tonight, temperatures right around 70 degrees. Southwest wind is going to keep those temperatures warm throughout the overnight hours. It'll keep it humid as well. Few showers, especially northern communities, maybe a storm at 10 o'clock. Better chance of rain Lee County, a late morning rather into early afternoon Collier County as we head to the middle afternoon hours. 78 Fort Myers, 80 Naples. Higher you go, the cooler the high temperatures will be. So once again, it looks like those temperatures will be in the 70s here and there for your Monday. 66 on Tuesday. Pretty cold morning Tuesday at 53. Really cold Wednesday, 44. Second front comes in Friday into Saturday.